Peace and blessings, everyone. Welcome back to the Humble Servant Homestead, guys. Today I am out here. Just has been a real gloomy day, guys. Very, very gloomy. But what I wanted to do, I just want to kind of take the time on out to start a project that's supposed to have been done a long, long time ago. Now I'm going to kind of show you all how long ago this project had supposed to been completed, guys. Now right here is what I call muscadine, but some people know them as scupperndimes or grapes. They would call them that as well. And they have been growing on this fence line right here. And it's time to move them because pretty soon these plants, they're going to be waking up and even putting on more new growth. And this, I do not want right here to be their permanent home, guys. So what I am actually doing, and I will take you all on over there in just a moment. Right here, I want to say we have right at about 7 plants on this fence right here. Believe when my wife bought them, she bought, I want to say, 4 different varieties. Okay, one of them died, and so right here, hey, it's actually time to go ahead and put them in their permanent home. Now, before I do so, let me turn you all around. And so right here is where I am actually going to be putting these muscadimes, guys. Okay, just going to kind of go ahead and go over what it is that we are doing here. Now, if you all notice right here, I have right at about 4 corner posts, and this is just the outline of what it is, how big I want this orchard to be. All right, so far what I went ahead and did, I went ahead and the length of this is going to be 80 feet long, okay, and the width is going to be 30 feet wide, and so that's going to be the width right there, guys. And so for every 20 feet, I'm going to go ahead and put a muscadine plant in the middle. All right, so for every 20 feet, we're going to put a muscadine vine right here in the middle, so that way the vine have 10 feet to go ahead and sprawl out on one side and 10 feet on the other side. Okay, so what I'm actually going to go ahead and do now that I have the outline of what it is that how big I want this area here to be, I'm going to go ahead and grab my post hole digger, and I am going to go ahead and start putting some posts in the ground, guys. Okay, and so, hey, going to go ahead and take you all along with me on that right there. So just go ahead, stay tuned. Let me go ahead, grab my post hole digger. That way I can go ahead and get started. This right here has been well overdue, but you know, of course, time catch up with you and just with the busyness of life, guys. So I have to go ahead and get it taken care of so I can get those vines off the fence line. So no further ado, let's go ahead and get this process started. Okay, guys, and so now that I have all my holes dug for this first row right here. Now, what I'm going to also go ahead and do is explain to you all what is going on here. Okay, so as y'all can see, that is my corner post right there. And for every 20 feet, I go ahead and put a post, every 20 feet. Now, what that is going to do is help with support for these vines here, guys, as they grow, and also once they start bearing, you will have support to hold up all that fruit that these plants will be producing. Okay, so right here what I have also is a 6x6 treated post that I will be putting inside of these holes. And for every hole that we put a post in, we will be putting in a 80-pound bag of Quickcrete to help with additional support for these posts right here, guys. All right, so we're going to go ahead now and get started putting these posts in the ground, and so that we can move on to the next step. All right, so stay tuned. Okay, and so now that I have this post in the ground, let me get my leveler, son. And so now what we're going to go ahead and do, of course, this will change once I start pouring the concrete in. So what I'm going to do before I check my level is I'm going to go ahead and start filling this hole with the Quickcrete. Okay. Okay, guys, and so now that right there is all level. So now what we're going to also do, we're going to come on in with some water to pour on this Quickcrete right here, so that way it can go ahead and start setting up. All right. Now what I'm also doing is just using this piece of stick right here to help this Quickcrete to, any air bubbles that is inside of this Quickcrete, we can get all that air bubble on out of there, so that way this will set real nice. All right. And so now what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and backfill this back with all this dirt that we have took out of the hole. Okay, and also what we're going to do now, we're going to come on in with a piece of stick or so, and we're going to tamp, let me see that stick, son. And we're going to tamp all this dirt into the hole, just like this right here. Just tamp it on in, so that way we can have it to set up real nice and tight around this post, okay? Now, once I also do that, this post may come off level. So I'm going to check it again to make sure that everything is real nice and level before I move on to the next post. And so we're just trying to get this dirt real nice and tight around this post right here. And that right there is real tight, guys. Let me bring you all in so y'all can see. And also with backfilling it back like this and tamping it in, that right there helps this post to set real nice and tight in the ground, because we definitely don't want our post to be wobbling inside of the ground. So that is why we're filling it back with all this Georgia red clay, as y'all can see what it is that we are working with. Okay, now what I'm going to do now, so I'm going to go ahead and check back for level, and as we all can see, well, as I can see, I am a little bit off. So just pull that back just a little bit, because you want to make sure that it is nice and level, or you want to check it while the concrete is still wet, because once it sets in the ground, you won't be able to make sure it's level. So you want to go ahead and do that right now. Okay, and that right there is good, guys. All right, I'm going to check on the other side. Okay, and we can push in just a little bit that direction. Okay, and that right there is it. We are real nice and level now. Let me go ahead and just tamp this in just a little bit. Just like that, and voila, that is it. And just even with that little tamping we just did, these posts is super firm in the ground, and that is what we are looking for. All right, so let me kind of back you all up just a little bit, so that way y'all can see what it is that we are doing. And of course, as you all see, I got little man out here with me, and he is tamping his hole to make sure that he get it real nice and set. All right, guys, so I got right at about 3 more posts to go ahead and get in the ground, and I will bring you all back shortly once I go ahead and get these other posts in, and so we can kind of see idea of what it's supposed to be looking like. So stay tuned. Okay, guys, and so just want to come on in now that we have all these posts planted in the ground. Just want to kind of give you all a idea of what it is looking like. Now, if you notice, some of these posts right here, they are actually different heights in the ground, guys. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to come on in, and from the ground on up to the top, I'm going to measure them right at about 66 inches, and then I'm going to go ahead and top them off. Okay, so now that you kind of get an idea of what it is looking like, okay, now that is not it, because we still have to come on in and make probably about another, maybe about 2 more rows or so in this area right here. All right, now the spacing is going to be from that corner. The next one may go ahead and put it right at about 10 feet from that post right there, guys. Okay, and so what we will eventually do, because yes, that is going to be a lot of space on the inside, so we may go ahead and plant something on in the middle of the row just to go ahead and utilize the space, guys. All right, so that is one of the ways that you can go ahead and utilize the space in your garden. As time goes on, we'll think about what it is we may plant on the inside. But, you know, just kind of want to give you all the idea, guys, because, hey, absolutely, I know I do love me some muscadines, and that is why I'm putting the work in round back to plant those muscadines. And also, guys, muscadine wine is, you know, is pretty good as well. So that is why we're putting them in, you know, so that way we can grow our own grapes here on the homestead, guys. So let me kind of just step back a little bit, and so you all can see, just so to give you all an idea if you decide that this is something that you guys want to go ahead and do, which yes, I will also encourage you all to go ahead and, hey, get you all a couple of grapevine. Now, it does not have to be of this magnitude, but you know, just the fact that you can plant you some grapes at your home would be that would be a very good thing, guys. All right, so now you kind of get the idea from this post right here to that post. Now, right in the middle, which is going to be 10 feet, we're going to put a muscadine vine, and so that way, once you start running, it will run 10 feet this way and 10 feet that way. Now, that is how we're going to have to train these muscadine vines right here, guys. So that is actually right now is going to be it for this video right here. Stay tuned for part 2, where that we will come on in, and we will also go ahead and take you all along with us when we come on in to run the strings or run the wire. I may use some 9-gauge wire to run you know, the line. So just stay tuned for that, and we will bring you all in as well. Now, right here, you could kind of see where my line is a bit off. Now, the reason for that is, guys, and what I should have done, I should have bring it back, but hey, that's all right. It doesn't have to be super perfect. As long as you know you're growing yourself some muscadine vine, that's all that matter. But there is a tree right here that was covered up. So as I was digging, I came across it, and that right there kind of knocked my line off a bit. But hey, it is something that we can work on around. And if you notice, having this string to butt right on up on my post, that causes string to be off a little bit. Okay, so nonetheless, that is it right there. Just want to say thanks to each and every one of you all out there for stopping by the Humble Servant Homestead, and I pray you all took something away from this video right here. Get on out there. Spring is on its way. Go ahead and plant something, guys. As y'all can see, what I'm doing here is putting in posts to plant me some muscadine. And so, hey, there's endless things that you all can go ahead and plant as well. So nonetheless, that is it. I pray that you all are having a blessed day. Remember, keep a smile on your face. You be happy, you be cheerful, and you be blessed, guys. Until next time, we will see you all on part 2 when we come on in to finish on up. Stay tuned.